What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bill Monkey coming back at you once again. And today we're going to be talking about Green Lantern No Fear by Jeff Johns and a myriad of artists. Let's get into it. Green Lantern No Fear is a pretty somewhat tame volume for Green Lantern. You know, Hal Jordan, he's just getting back into the swing of things. He's trying to get back into the Air Force. He's reconnecting with his family, his brother in particular. Uh, he's in Coast City. You know, Coast City, the government, they're trying to get people to move into Coast City as it's being rebuilt, but it's not going too well so far. And, Hal Jordan is just getting up to speed on things. So the first part of this trade here involves Green Lantern taking on an enemy known as the Manhunter. Now, Manhunters were the original Green Lanterns. The Guardians of the Universe created the Manhunters to defend the galaxy, but they found out that they just weren't adequate enough to do it, so they ended up creating the Green Lantern Corps afterwards. And so the U.S. government has an old Manhunter, you know, being transported on a truck from base to base, and a new and improved Manhunter arrives from space, and it drops down, Terminator style, with two primary objectives. The first objective is to destroy the old Manhunter, and the second objective is to wipe out all of humanity. What could go wrong? So, of course, this leads to, Green Lantern. He's fighting the old Manhunter, where the new and improved Manhunter shows up. And then it's like a big triple threat match between the two Manhunters and Green Lantern. And, of course, Green Lantern wins, right? I mean, he is the hero after all. And he takes the old Manhunter up into space because he's about to self-destruct. And he needs to get him away from people, civilization, because the self-destruct of one of these Manhunters is like a nuclear bomb going off. So he takes him up into space. And the Manhunter, although he's just like a machine, he's like like a machine, not a cyborg. He's fully machine. Right before he dies, though, he begins to feel fear. I really like this whole fear thing going through this early Green Lantern issues here. So the machine feels fear, then it self destructs, and Hal Jordan, he goes back to Earth, thinking he's all done, but little does he know he's just getting started. Green Lantern receives a message from one of his villains named Hector Hammond, who's his big head guy, and Hector tells Hal that they are coming, and they have another experiment that they let loose in Coast City. So of course Hal goes over there, and it turns out it's this giant mutated shark. And so the shark, it's eating people, it's wreaking havoc. Green Lantern fights the shark, and the shark tries to drown him. And I'll let you read for the details, but before this battle could even come to a conclusion, right? Black Hand, another one of Green Lantern's villains, who, as the Spectre, Hal Jordan cut off his hand back in Green Lantern Rebirth. So he's out for revenge. He's flying to Coast City because he wants to get revenge on Green Lantern, and he gets contacted by these German-speaking gremlins from space, and it's weird. It's annoying to German having to translate to see what's going on, but you do what you got to do. So anyway, Black Hand, he realizes he can regrow his hand, but in order to do so, he has to take life from other life forms. So first he starts killing trees and plants, and then he walks into a hospital, and he basically killed enough people to grow a new hand, right? Crazy. So now you got Green Lantern fighting the mutated shark. Here comes Black Hand, right? Here we go. But anyway, Green Lantern cuts off Black Lantern's new hand, and of course Black Lantern's upset about that. And the German-speaking space gremlins, they capture Hector Hammond, the Shark, and Hal Jordan, and they're gonna experiment on them or whatever. But of course, Green Lantern, saves the day, and like I said, there's a lot of action in this. I really suggest you read it for yourself. But compared to what's coming, it's pretty tame. As far as what I enjoyed about this volume, I really enjoyed that it kind of opened up slow. You really got reintroduced, or I should introduced, for the first time to the character of Hal Jordan because he's been away for a while. And I really like that you get to see, him interacting with his family. You get to see why he and his family were at odds. You get to see Hal Jordan, and Carol Ferris like going on their first date or whatever. You really get a sense of who the character is because old timers they already knew this stuff, but like a fresh guy like me coming in, not really knowing who he is and why he was a big deal, only having read Green Lantern Rebirth as an introduction to him, I feel like this volume was necessary. And of course, Geoff Johns, he gets you up to speed, and he does it in a way that's just seamless, right? Great stuff. Really enjoyed it. As far as what didn't really like about the issue, I mean the volume, the art switch ups, for the most part, couldn't really tell. I know like the beginning was drawn by like somebody different, obviously, but it was really like that final issue in the volume came right out of left field with like this painterly style, and it really just took me out of like the climatic final battle. Like I said, this volume has like a lot of artists attributed to it, and like that final art change, the art is not bad, but coming from what was before to this, it was just whiplash, and it really took me out of it. And yeah, and like the final issue too. Usually when there's a fill-in artist, it's gonna be in the middle because like they want to have the important chapters, like the beginning and the end, by the same guy. But here, the final, like I said, the final climatic battle for me, it was ruined by the art switch up. But you might think different. So all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and give Green Lantern No Fear by Geoff Johns a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it didn't exactly reach the heights of Green Lantern Rebirth, but then again, the stakes weren't that high. I felt like the artist switch up at the end really was just jarring, and I don't know, just really took me out of it here on this reread. And yeah, so until next time, I'll see you there.